you say? Shall we begin? Do you really think we should start again? Can we go on? Maybe once more. What to do, where to go, what to say, then they show us the door. Stories, everybody loves stories. They say they want stories. Let's collect some today. Stories, tears and laughter on stages, and life leaping from pages. 20 years and a day.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh man. Oh.
Oh yes. That one's a yes, but this one I'm going to look at later.
This is a yes.
That one's a yes. Maybe.
No.
And no.
Okay.
Yes. And no.
Yeah, me too. No. No. Ooh. Well, maybe.
Oh, you know what? I take it back. My last no.
All right.
Yeah, that was this one. Yeah, that was a maybe.
The maybes are gonna kill us.
The maybes are the ones that stick with us.
Oh. I love this one.
Which one? Oh, me too.
Where is it?
There's a, oh, yeah, that monologue. That's a great monologue for you.
It really is.
It's really good.
What is it, my pet?
The girls are reading plays again.
Annoying.
I know. And right through our dinner time.
Why this farce day after day?
Oh, I read this one the other day.
Which one? Oh, me too.
Oh wait, or was it an hour ago? Or just
Oh,
now?
God. No, you know,
I can't remember. I can't keep track.
I'm sure I've read this one before. You know, I don't know. I think I've read this one before.
Well, okay, what's it about?
Life. Well, death and life, but mostly life, the ephemera of everyday life.
That does sound familiar.
I'll tell you what, if Act 2 ends with a slap and a direct address, then I'll know for sure, 100%, that I have read it before.
Okay.
Okay. And, oh, no, this is a completely different play.
Are you sure?
Yeah, this is a completely different play.
No direct address, no slap.
Well, there's always a slap.
Right, because contemporary American family drama.
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna miss this.
Nothing's funnier than unhappiness.
Yes. It's like the funny story we've heard too often. We still find it funny, but we don't laugh anymore.
Oh, here's one, Abigail by Sarah Tuft.
That one was great.
I can't remember why we didn't do it. Set design, casting?
Something. You know, there are a lot of great festival plays we should look at again.
Oh, First Do No Harm by Talia Cunningham.
Yeah.
Burning Cities by Simon Phil.
Ooh, and I loved Gina Fimia's This Happened Once at the Romance Depot off the I-87 in Westchester. Oh, I think we need more piles.
I think we need more wine.
No, well, yes, but Karen, we have to figure this out. We have to make this decision.
Well, we will.
I mean, it isn't just another Pandora's box or another play festival or another season announcement. This is our last chance.
Our last chance.
Well, you know what I mean. It's the final one. It's the end.
Did they say the final one? Like the end of Panndora Productions? Does that mean?
No more plays.
Oh.
At last. We finally get our family room back. And the undivided attention that we deserve.
The end of Panndora.
Oh, you know the right one's in here somewhere. I just know it.
I know. How about Medusa Undone?
We've done that one.
The Other Woman.
That was 2015.
Fragile Thing Cracks.
2014.
Well, Wit.
Are you taking this seriously?
Time is a Gentleman.
Now you're just naming things we've done already.
Well, we've done some really great shows.
I know.
I love those plays.
Me too.
I love those plays. Present tense.
You know, We're a new play incubator. We should do something new.
Sonja, maybe we're moving too fast into the future tense.
Present tense.
Maybe the fact that we can't decide which play to end this all on is a sign.
It's a sign, all right.
Too many plays.
All theater, all the time.
That's not normal.
I've got it.
What?
What about this?
Which?
This, right now.
This right now, as in real life.
Yeah. The final Panndora play, Us.
Us.
Us?
Kind of a two-woman show.
Oh.
Don't they ever give up?
The story of Panndora, a two-woman show about the theater company.
A two-woman show.
How about a play about cats?
Yeah, they could call it
Cats!
What do you think?
Well, we love women,
Women are great. Women are smarter.
but can we really be a whole play?
Why not?
I mean, like, will people who don't know who we are even be interested in this kind of thing?
What kind of thing?
Interested in us?
In us? Of course. I mean, you know, it's us. Look at us. We got stuff like this.
Oh.
We got this. I don't even know what this is. Oh, that's pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where'd this come from?
I don't know. Try it on.
Okay.
Good God, what is that?
I don't know. I'm
about
taking
this?
us one of these. Oh, okay. Driving Miss Daisy. There we are. Okay.
We never did that show.
No, we never did.
Oh.
Oh.
So. Okay, wait, sorry. Who are we?
We're just two chicks down the block putting on a play.
That's right.
Well, that's right.
That's right.
But, like, really, who are we?
Exactly.
Well, who the hell's anyone?
Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay, that's good. Well, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, that could be the play. Or the theme of the play, like who is anyone? What does it all mean? What's the point?
What's the point?
Then what?
Yeah, then what?
In the play?
Yes, in
in
the
the play.
Well, then we tell them.
We tell them.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, that's not how a play works. Is it? How does a play work?
See, like at the end of the play, or like by the end of the play, we tell them what the play is, what the point was, what the point is.
But will that be enough? Will that be big enough? Meaningful enough, do you think? For the final play, for the last one, for the big bang, for the closing show, for the final.
Will you stop saying final?
Well, that's what it is. It is what it is.
I know, it's just. Well, I guess we won't know until we try. So.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
No, I can't go on.
And yet we go on.
Hi.
I like the end of the world stuff, the apocalyptic stuff.
Karen, it's too soon for the apocalypse.
Too soon?
Yeah. Start at the beginning.
Oh, right. The beginning. Okay, so the beginning. It all started with.
Collected stories.
That's right. It started
Yeah.
with collected stories.
play.
The play.
By the
Collected stories.
Right, by the playwright Donald Margulies, not just, a collection of stories.
So what's wrong with that?
Nothing, really. We love
Right.
playwrights.
Oh yeah.
We love plays, new plays, but new plays are challenging. So often with a brand new play, you get a really cool story and a couple of great characters.
Great characters.
Really great characters.
Wonderful, relatable, fun, tall, blonde, attractive, colorful characters.
Yes, but they just don't have enough to say.
Collected Stories is a play by Donald Margulies. It's about two women. two writers. One's a little older, one's a little younger. It's about the journey of their friendship over the course of several years. The younger writer ascends to her own success by publishing a novel based on their personal lives.
These women deal with questions of success and artistry and friendship and what it means to be a woman and what it means to have a career and, well, the ethical question of whether it's okay for a person to use their own personal life events for a piece of creative work, for some kind of twisted idea of entertainment.
I know. We can't believe it's come to this either.
What's happening?
Where were we?
The beginning.
The beginning.
The beginning of Panndora Productions.
We were both at South Coast Rep in Karen Hensel's acting class. Yeah.
So I
acting
was,
class was kind
doing
of
a
an
scene in a
escape
film
hatch for
class
me.
at the same place, and
It
I wanted
was
to keep
a
doing
place
it, but
where
like one-on-one
I didn't
stuff
have to
because
think about
people
things
scared
that were
me.
going on in
so
my
I
life
didn't
at
want
the
to do
time.
scenes,
I
but I
didn't have
didn't
to
want to
worry
do a
about 'em,
monologue
and there
because
was
I
a
didn't want to
lot
have to be
going
on
on
stage
then.
by myself, which scary
that
up
was
there.
good.
Up here,
The class was good. It was a good distraction.
right? Okay,
It was a good
so
way to sort of
a funny
let
thing
go
happens,
of
right?
the itchy,
So there's this
uncomfortable,
collective thing
scary
that happens
feelings
when the audience comes
floating
in and
around
they
inside
settle
of
down
me
and they
at
settle
that
in, and
time
then
in
they
my
start to
life,
sense each other.
floating
And
around my
then
family.
when the play starts,
My family is me.
they all
They're
start
what
to
make me
collectively
me.
fall into the same thing.
Claire and Nick
Whatever
and
that might
Ann
be.
and
So
Patrick.
sometimes they're like, oh yeah,
Claire
I
and
love
Ann
this
are
play.
actually
I'm
the
totally
reason that I
rooting for
found
you.
South Coast Rep.
And then sometimes they're like,
because I was
oh,
looking
no,
for a kids
no,
program
it's
for
too
them.
heavy. I'm not ready
And
for this
lo and
yet.
behold,
you
they had
know?
an adult
And then
conservatory.
sometimes they're
so
like,
I signed them up.
well,
I
I mean,
signed
if you
me
would
up,
mind if I
and I'm
asked you
driving
real
down
quick.
to South Coast Rep, and Ann gets cast in A Christmas Carol when she was 8, or was she 9?
how are you guys feeling right now?
Was she 8 or was she 9?
They're feeling great. What?
What? The point is, Ann was 8 or she was 9.
And then I took Norma's class.
Norma's class. Oh yeah, Norma's class. Norma is a huge influence on both of us.
Oh, she is such a marvelous acting teacher, acting professor.
She's so good. So for Norma, there's no such thing as perfection. It was all about playing.
Oh, her classes are high energy, fun as hell. I learned a ton.
Motherfucker,
Cocksucker,
cocksucker,
two-ball
two-ball bitch. That's how she started every class. It does catch her attention.
A little bit.
You know, Norma gave me permission to try anything, worry about nothing, and stop thinking. And hey, I'm a lawyer, that's hard.
And Norma taught me that the most interesting characters are flawed. And it's their power to overcome and work through and
Norma kicked me out of class and upstream. She's actually the godmother of Panndora, if truth is told. Karen?
I'm having a little stage fright. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt the flow here. It's just that I'm having a little stage fright, which is weird, I know, because I took an acting class, many acting classes, several acting classes, actually, including Norma. Speaking of Norma, to help cure me of my stage fright, but
It didn't.
it didn't. I guess it didn't.
Cats never get stage fright, by the way.
We really don't distinguish a stage from any other kind of flooring or couch or a box.
All the world can be a stage as far as we're concerned.
And we are concerned.
Karen, I've seen you on stage. I've directed you on stage. You're radiant. You're strong. You're...
Someone else.
What?
I'm someone else. I'm a character, and my characters don't have stage fright. My characters like having a conversation with their mom in the living room or something.
Well,
You're in
in a living room now.
But what I'm realizing is that acting class doesn't really prepare you for this. Us, we, me.
For being yourself.
Exactly. I don't do me very well. I mean, I don't do the welcomes or the opening speeches. You know that. I mean, I just don't like talking to the audience as me. But you,
Oh, I'm completely different. Well, there is no fourth wall that I won't break. I just love this. Like,
See,
hi,
she's-
how are you
she's
over
so
here?
comfy in front of folk.
I
You know, I
do.
just
I
I
love
find
doing
that so
this.
admirable. I
This
just
is
love
like
that
one
about
of
her.
my favorite things. Okay, she wants me back. Okay.
Okay, I'm
back,
so much
yes.
more comfortable in dialogue than I'm in monologue. Can we just do dialogue?
Karen, these people are all here to see us.
Yeah. Well, they can watch dialogue. I mean, they're theater people. They like dialogue. They're used to dialogue. Okay, how about this? You talk to them about Panndora, about
Okay.
us, and then
All
I'll
right.
talk to the cats. I will have dialogue with the cats.
Sounds good.
Kitty. Okay. Oh, hey. Hi. Catnip. So, what is that really like for you? Oh, come on. Don't you guys know yes and? You guys suck.
Karen, leave the cats alone. Don't insult the cats. They'll make you regret it. I can see it in their eyes.
You are so much more practiced at this than I am.
And talking to cats, that's probably true.
Talking to everyone in general, like about yourself.
I'm 100 years older than you.
Okay, you're only 20 years older than me, so take it easy.
Okay, I'm 20 years older than you, but that 20 is a big 20. A lot has happened in that 20 years. I mean, you just reached the age when I did this.
This?
Panndora, the beginning of the theater company.
Because that's 20 years ago.
And they're 20 years apart.
We pay attention.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine starting a production company right now. I don't even know how you did it.
You were with me.
Okay.
Okay.
So we were basically like, we have this play. It's a 2-woman play.
Collected stories.
And we have the cast, us, and we have a director,
David Gold.
and we have the set.
And we know the lines.
Let's go.
It's a play we discovered in Karen Hensel's acting class.
Collected stories.
And we'd already done it once before in this little performance center in Santa Ana, run by this crazy theater lady who had my car towed. Don't ask, and I don't know. So we knew that we could do it, and we wanted to do it again, but somewhere more professional, and of course,
With parking. Parking would be good. So Little Fish Theater was the first theater to pick us up because they were new.
Because it turns out if you're a theater that's new or you need a little bit of money, you're like, yeah, sure, come on down and do your play in our little black box, and we'll feel free to charge you a little rent.
But when we got there, we couldn't get the rights. We got denied the rights.
To collected stories.
Yeah. Because we were in LA County now,
County
and
now.
somebody else must have been doing it in LA County. So we couldn't do that. So what did we come up with?
Women.
Women.
More women. Always women.
Women, Tennessee's women.
Tennessee Williams women. We love Tennessee Williams women.
Because they're flawed.
Oh yeah, they're flawed, but that's why we love them. Because of their flaws, right? Just like us.
Yeah.
Don't say a word.
4 one-act comedies by Tennessee Williams, and that's 7 words.
Well, we called it Tennessee's Women. And that's the show that we took to Little Fish Theater. It was our first production there. Not collected stories, our real debut,
True.
our real first play,
Yeah.
our real first love.
Because of the rights.
Right. But we found a way
We did.
to keep going, to keep working.
Yeah. And then a few years later, in 2007, we came up with this idea of a new play festival for the fall. We called it
The opening of Pandora's box.
We thought we were being so clever, but the name was kind of an accident.
Yeah, but we had this great graphic that Nancy came up with. There was this little guy coming out of a box, not you guys, with scribbling on it.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
fabulous. You'll see it on posters. It's
And
really
then not
cool.
long after that, we became a legit new play company.
The first year, Karen and I read all the plays.
About 50 plays submitted.
Yeah, but then when the playwrights started talking about it, things went crazy in a good way.
Oh yeah, submissions went crazy.
We became way successful.
Too successful, really.
I mean, we had 75, then 100, then 200, then 300 play submissions.
We had to bring in 15 readers from across the country because every play got read by at least 2 people.
I mean, it's remarkable, really. I mean, we start with hundreds, but we invariably somehow get there. We end up with a handful, maybe 2 handfuls of plays in the yes pile. I mean, it's a mixture of magic and zeitgeist and luck.
Mm-hmm. And our readers, our friends, we owe a lot to them.
Yep, our friends, our readers. Oh. So over Labor Day weekend, we all meet here in this house, and we sit down right here, and we read all of the finalist plays out loud.
And right here, we talk about them, we rally for our favorites.
Oh, and then we call all 5 winners over speakerphone with Aperol spritzes. And joy. Oh, so much joy.
But challenges too. Starting a theater company isn't convenient. It tests you.
Sure does.
Yeah. So I think it's time to go into the garden to tell you some more stories.
Yeah.
So find yourselves a seat out there. Take your sweaters.
Okay. I lived with a guy who would break up with me every tech week. His name was John. Sonja calls him
Bad John.
Yeah. So he was always jealous of everything that I did. He couldn't handle me having my own life, my own passions, outside of him, outside of his life. He just wanted to control me, to keep me. But I didn't. I couldn't see it at the time. I couldn't see that he was just. I mean, he had his moments when.
Keep going. Here, take a little of that, would you?
Okay, I'm just going to take a little sip.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay. So we were rehearsing. We were rehearsing Collected Stories at the time. And, oh, fuck it. It happened so long ago. Who cares? One day after work, I caught him in bed with another woman. I know. It sounds dramatic. And it was. I mean, I was devastated. And I was angry at myself for knowing. But for not knowing. For not letting myself see what was happening right in front of my face. And now here it all was, right in front of my face. And then here she was, in my face. We had an altercation. A physical altercation. Me and this woman. I was basically trying to fend her off as she was attacking me. I mean, really coming at me. And then I was yelling at her, and she was yelling at me, and then I was yelling at him, and then she was calling the police. And he let her. Oh my God, I spent so many years of my life catering to this man's needs. Running his business, taking care of his kids, keeping his house, keeping his secrets. Hiding the best part of myself that I liked. All while he does whatever he wants and screws whoever he wants. And then in that moment when everything is falling apart, instead of facing his consequences, facing his chaos, facing his heartbreak, he just waits for the police. What a coward. I ended up in jail. I know, surprise, actual jail. A domestic disturbance, they called it. Yeah, tell me about it. Except it was at her apartment. So I was the one who was taken away and charged and put in jail. Oh my God, it was awful. When I got there, I didn't really know what had hit me. I didn't know when I was going to get out or if someone was going to come and get me. A spoiler alert, he didn't come get me. And then I'm in holding and I'm looking at all these other ladies who are in holding with me and they're like terrifying. They are scary, and they're angry, and they're threatening. And I came up with this character. So what I did was I pulled out of me this tough character, this woman who was living deep down inside of me, because, I'm fucking tall. And I'm strong. And I'm a little street smart. And I'm from Wisconsin. And I moved to Wilmington. And then I lived in Long Beach, in the shitty part of Long Beach, and I was a bartender in a strip bar for years. So I just put on this, okay, go ahead and mess with me and see what's gonna happen, bitch, attitude. I just committed to this character, this part of me, and it worked. I mean, I don't think I scared anyone off that day, but I did gain some respect, because after about an hour, some of them were coming to me with their problems, looking for life advice. I even taught this one chick Shakespeare. Screw your courage to the sticking place.
Yeah, you did it. Okay. So, when you're going through something really hard and painful, like your child's really sick, you need something else to kind of. And my daughter Anne was 15 at the time. And Anne was always just the most loving, amazing child, the easiest kid to be around. Everybody loved her and wanted to be near her. In kindergarten, little girls would fight over who got to sit next to her, and that would tear her up because she hated to let people down. She didn't want to disappoint anyone, ever. She wanted people to be happy, and maybe that was the problem. Maybe that's when it started. The shift into public high school was fast, hard, and relentless for Anne. She hit the ground running, literally. Track, swimming, water polo. The school brought in a nutritionist or something to talk to the kids about training and health. And she threw her whole self into training, her body and her mind. And then something got into her head that affected the way she ate. And she started eating less and less, working out more and more, worrying and losing weight. And we started getting calls of concern from coaches and teachers, and they would say anorexia, but we couldn't wrap our heads around it because it just didn't sound right. Body image was never an issue with Anne, ever. There was something else going on in her mind. We knew that, but we just couldn't access it. We couldn't reach her. We were trying to deal with it at home. We were trying to be supportive. But she wasn't acting like herself. She was so anxious and upset and so skinny. And one day, Patrick went to see her at a water polo game, and she wasn't in the pool. Anne has a stomachache, they said. So he went looking for her. He found her in the locker room, shivering, and she did not look right. Something was very, very wrong. And there wasn't much time. At the hospital, they told us that she was basically dying. Her little body was shutting down, and her heart was so low that they put her in the cardiac intensive care unit. I moved in. This is my child. This is my life. How is this happening? I was so scared.
When I finally got to court and got out of jail, I came to rehearsal here. I remember it was the first time I ever smoked in Sonja's backyard. God, I was so embarrassed. I was mainly embarrassed. I mean, you come here and this place is so lovely. I mean, look at it, it's so lovely, and she's so lovely and so generous. And her kids are so rad. And I'm in the backyard smoking a cigarette going, I've been in jail for 5 days.
Well, when Anne stabilized, they recommended that she transfer to UCLA for inpatient care. She needed inpatient round-the-clock care and supervision, and they wouldn't let us in. They locked her in, and they locked us out. And they kept us apart for a couple of weeks for treatment purposes, they said. It was like torture. I can still remember the sound of that door slamming shut. And when we finally could see her, it was only for a few hours a day. And meanwhile, we have 2 other kids, neither of whom are anywhere nearby geographically. Claire is here in Long Beach. I'll put you over here. Claire's in Long Beach, and she's in 8th grade. It's a big year for her. It's the last year before she starts high school. She's worried sick about her sister and upset at her parents for letting this happen. And meanwhile, Nick is all the way up in LA, and he's a senior in high school, basically living by himself, and he finds time to go take her out for a couple of hours just to get her outside so she can see the outside world. And Patrick and I take turns.
After my jail experience, my anxiety and my stage fright seemed to worsen. Like, without my consent, you know? We were still in Norma's class. I was still living with Bad John. I remember I thought I was being responsible when I told Norma, I'm going to drop this acting class and all my other acting classes, and I'll just come back when I'm feeling stronger. But she insisted that what I needed right now was theater. She was very convincing. I stuck it out.
It turns out theater is really good for getting through these things. While Patrick and I are driving around Southern California scrambling to be anywhere near all of our kids, Karen and I are renting scenes.
I didn't really know Sonja's kids that well yet, and I was just trying to figure out how to do things, you know, like where does the stuff go and how do I make tea, and I just attached myself to Sonja, my scene partner. I wanted to prove that I could be a responsible partner.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Just stay in the story. Keep going. Stay with the character. Just keep going. You wish you could carry all the burden and the pain and the suffering for your kids, but you can't. And Anne had to go through this on her own. And I had to let her. I had to learn to let go and let her take care of herself and learn how to heal herself. And the best thing I could do for Anne, for Claire, for Nick, for Patrick was to do just that, was to let go and to take care of myself, to be the strongest version of me I could be.
So this was January, February, when we were rehearsing Collected Stories the first time. And that's when the company really got off the ground, whether we knew it or not.
Whether we knew it or not.
Coming here week after week, rain or shine, to make things happen, gave me the confidence to finally detach myself from Bad John for good. I didn't realize he had made me feel so helpless. But not helpless at all. Turns out I'm a badass. And I realized that I can do anything that I want to do at any time. And then in 2020, I decided to become a licensed caregiver.
For Carmen, for our Carmencita.
Carmencita. Ugh. But I was turned down by the state of California because, I have 2 misdemeanors and a felony. From that incident over 20 years ago. It had never been expunged from my record. I had a record.
We took care of that.
We did. Sonja helped me write this letter. Sonja was basically like, look at all the things that you've done. You have a degree and you've been married to Good John for 16 years and you have your own business and organizing and well, we have a production company. I'm like, I do. Yeah, so the last paragraph is all about this empowerment and about all the things that I've done. And I attached it to my application and I mailed it in. And then I took the test and I passed. And I still carry that letter with me today. I carry it around in my calendar.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I have it on me right now. And Anne is a social worker now. And she's wonderful and joyful and kind, and I think she's really cool. Kind of like you. And Anne is kind of the reason why we're called Panndora Productions with 2 N's for Sonja's daughter, Anne.
Because all this was happening at the same time. Right in the middle of us starting this company, all this was happening. And we needed a name.
Right, and we wanted to have something catchy. So Sonja liked the idea of Panndora Productions, but Anne is the reason why the ANN is in the middle, and sometimes you'll find it as a different color.
Mm-hmm. So there she is. She's right in the middle of Panndora. Center, bold, bright, held, loved, protected.
Yeah. I think maybe it's time for fika.
Fika!
So fika is a Swedish thing. That's our people.
Our people.
Our people.
How do you think Karen's stage fright is doing?
It's hard to tell. Hard to read theater people sometimes. Everything's just a play to them. You know, all the world's a stage.
What about us?
What about us?
Well, if everything in life to them is just a play, then what does that make us?
Well, I guess that makes us the critics.
Ah, good. I love to critique.
Has anyone seen Pinky?
Pinky. Not Pinky.
He's my good luck charm, my emotional support. He's like yay big. He's a bunny. He's pink.
My
Anyone?
nemesis. Pinky.
Pinky. Pinky, little stuffed Pinky, always there in every play. Just when you think, at last, we're free of him, there he is! Hidden on the set. Hidden in dresser drawers. In prop purses. In the tech booth. In the dressing room. In the refrigerator.
Here he is. Okay. What's next
What's next?
in the play?
In the play. Our play.
Our play.
Yeah.
Our audience.
Hi. I'm so glad you all are still here.
We did invite them all here. We did this to ourselves.
Yeah. What else can we show you? What else can we tell you?
Well, they know how it began. Panndora Productions.
True.
True.
So,
So then,
what then?
So then,
And then,
but then,
You'll never believe what's going on in this house.
everything.
Yeah, it's the house that Panndora built, or vice versa.
Wine and lines at the table.
Reading plays out loud in the family room.
Upstairs, we did collected stories.
And downstairs, we rehearsed Catching the Butcher.
And in the dining room.
And in Patrick's wine cellar.
Oh, and in the kitchen, we did a wolf's mother.
Oh, yes. So we did this Charles Manson play.
That got scary.
It was, it was pretty violent, and there was abuse, a gun, kids yelling. And we were rehearsing it in the kitchen on a really hot day. So we had all the windows open,
So after one particularly crazy scene, Sonja had the wise
this is
sense to
going.
walk over to the neighbors, like, maybe we should tell them we're rehearsing a play. So Sonja walked across the street. They were in their house on the floor with the lights out.
They're like ready to call the police, sort of cowering away from the window, going, what the fuck is going on?
And Sonja was like, oops, sorry, nope, not a fight, just rehearsal. See, we're just the crazy chicks down the block putting on a play.
Yep, you'll never believe what's going on in this house.
I got married right here in the backyard.
To Good John, this is where you find out about Good John.
Good John. So after we close a play, we get together and then everybody passes around their program, and then you write something nice on the program with the name that's at the top. And then you just keep passing it around. Kind of like the same vein of you guys writing really cool things about your memories of Panndora and then putting them in a box.
And sometimes somebody writes something that changes your life.
So after we did It's a Wonderful Life, we were having a cast party at the Whale and Ale, which is a British pub right across from the Little Fish Theater, right across the alley from where we did the show. And so I get my program back from our Jimmy Stewart, my boyfriend, John.
Good John.
And it says, will you marry me?
And she says yes.
Yeah.
And so, of course, the wedding has to happen here at Pandora's house.
And we had it officiated by our friend George Woods in front of about 70 people.
It was a big moment for Pandora.
And Sonja going to Yale.
That was a big moment for me.
Well, for everyone. It was a huge inflection point for Panndora when Sonja went to Yale to be a special research fellow in the directing department at the drama school. This was 2012, 2013.
It was. That's right. So we moved back to New Haven to be close to the action, but I kept producing for Panndora, and the company kept going. But I love saying that I was a student at the Yale School of Drama the year I qualified for Medicare.
And when Sonja came back, production values for Panndora went way up. Suddenly we had designers. We were slick, professional, unstoppable.
Yale really propelled me forward. It gave me so much confidence as a director, as a theater maker, as a theater advocate, and I started getting asked to be on boards of theaters, and so I got busy, really busy, and then I got even busier, if that's even possible.
You really gave yourself to Panndora, there's no doubt. Every part of yourself. Even your hair.
This is about wit. Tell them about wit.
Our first critique, how thrilling, yes, more wit.
Oh, no, not for the review. The play, Wit, the Panndora production.
Oh.
Wit is a Pulitzer Prize winning play by Margaret Edson. A university professor, Vivian Baring, is receiving an 8-week experimental chemotherapy treatment for ovarian cancer that ultimately can't save her.
Vivian serves as narrator, taking us through the flashbacks of her life.
So Sonja played Vivian Baring, the lead in Wit.
Oh, Vivian, now there's a strong female character. Sharp, funny.
It's a fabulous role, but it's daunting. I was talking to my friend Susan Ball about it one day. And Susan is my oldest and dearest friend. I've known her since second grade. And she said, would you like to meet and talk to Kathleen Chalfant? Would I like to meet the amazing actress Kathleen Chalfant to talk about this role, this woman who did the role at Long Wharf Theater and also off-Broadway, to talk about the role of a lifetime, my dream role? Yeah, like duh.
Wit was a big role, a big moment for Sonja. She'd always been this fearless mama bear leader of the company. But this role, it takes something else, something more. It's not about just being fearless. It's about facing your fears, facing your mortality, your deepest vulnerabilities head on.
So this was 2010. And when we started rehearsals, My father was 93 years old, and he wasn't doing well.
All of the cast, the whole company, all of Panndora, all took a turn with the razor in the backyard, shaving Sonja's head.
So here I am, walking around town with my head shaved, looking like an actual cancer patient, emotionally exhausted, and people, strangers, neighbors, keep looking at me with looks of concern, obviously assuming the worst. And I'm thinking, you know, it's my father you should be worried about, not me, because he's the one coming towards the end of his life.
Sonja's father died during the run.
He died during the run. It was almost surreal, the timing of it.
We canceled one show, but we kept going. Sonja wanted to keep going. I played Susie, the attending nurse, and I sort of took on the role of attending nurse of Panndora too, of Sonja.
So when I finally met Kathy Chalfant, it was at a coffee shop in Greenwich Village near her home, and I asked her about the last scene and how she did the last scene. There's this absolutely gorgeous final scene. It's an after-death scene, and you see the doctors acknowledge the do not resuscitate sign, and then you see Vivian leave her hospital bed nude and walk into the light.
The whole WIT company committed to taking care of Sonja. We weren't going to let her go through any of this alone. Me, Pete, Carmen, all of us. Backstage every night, we had her robe ready. I stood there, armed with terry cloth, ready to cover her and wrap her in my arms when the lights went down.
I hadn't made any decisions about how to do that last moment, about the nudity thing. We hadn't done it in rehearsal. Our director, my dear sweet friend Pete Taylor, was so he was so careful and gentle and kind and patient with me. And I think I'd secretly decided that I'd just sort of come out, show a little butt cheek, you know, kind of slightly covered up just to get it over with, and that would be it. But when I asked Kathy Chalfant how she did it, she said, I went out like this. It's a triumph. It's a joyous moment. It's a moment of celebration. It's a celebration of life, of what comes next. So when I did it, I went out, face front, arms up, just like this. And when your arms are up like this, it makes your tits look great.
And that really is the best way to do anything. I've learned that working with her. So
Yep.
we're great, and we're beautiful, and we're strong, and we're moving.
And arms up, tits up. That's what I did. It was scary. It was right, and damn, it felt great.
Sonja,
Yes,
I
Karen.
think it's time.
For what?
Time to go back.
Karen, we're not going to go back. Remember, we made this decision. This is our final.
Oh,
final
I
show?
know. I think it's time to actually go back in the play. In this play,
okay.
back in time, back to 2021.
Aha.
Back to, and we want to take you there, back to the Panndora garage, to the Panndora archives, where it really happened. Yeah, you guys can come along too. You're a part of this.
All right.
Let every man be master of his time.
But never the cats.
We were in our garage in here, and we were organizing. And in the garage there are all kinds of boxes, and some of them are labeled with, you know, different plays and things. And while I was just, you know, trying to figure out how to make room for more things. And so we're going through boxes, and we're like, well, I guess we're not going to do this play again, and I guess we don't need any of these things anymore, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I say to Sonja, hey, how long do you want to keep doing this? And then Sonja says,
Karen,
yeah?
why don't we just do it?
Oh, right. Dialogue, scene work, etude, improv. Okay, so it was like, it was this conversation. Well, I guess we're not going to do this play again.
No. I don't think we need these guys anymore. I don't know.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, that's all right. All right. Yeah.
I'm going to put these in the recycle bin.
Are those recyclable?
Oh, yes. I do this for a living, remember?
Oh, that's right. You're the professional organizer. What about this hat? Can we use this hat again?
Speaking of using again, I forgot to tell you something.
What?
I spent $700 on neon paint.
What?
Oh, it came from my refund. It's fine.
Karen?
No, I'm happy to do it. You know that my federal refund pays for whatever show we're doing, and I know you're whipping out your credit card to do the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, we like to think that our shows pay for themselves, but
Well, they don't.
they don't.
Well,
No, they don't.
That's theater. I mean, that's the theater.
That is the theater. So, how much paint do you get for $700?
6 gallons.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah?
6 gallons.
Huh.
But we had to have it. I mean, it was the only paint that was flame retardant and neon and orange, and it was pretty.
Is there extra? I mean, leftover?
Are you kidding? Oh, there is so much paint. I mean, it's $700 worth of paint, Sonja. I'm swimming in paint.
Swimming in paint, swimming in pages.
You know, now that we're digital, do we even need to keep any of this stuff?
No, I think we can probably pitch it, but, you know, get rid of it. Oh, look what's over here. When did we use these? Do you remember when did we use these guys?
Oh my God, when did we? I don't think we
I
ever
don't
did.
know.
Where did they come from?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I
Oh
always
my
wanted
gosh.
to do a show with puppets.
Oh my, you know, that's how I started when I was a little kid. So I would invite people over to my house, and then I'd have them sit on one side of the bed, and then I would sit on the other side of the bed, and then I'd just pop up and do little stuffed animal plays.
Really? Did you really do that? Is that what really happened?
It's what really happened.
Okay. You know, I think that's where we all sort of started, and maybe where we're all going to end.
Huh. These are fun. Oh, he's so
What do you
alive.
think? Yeah.
Sonja,
Yes, Karen?
how are you doing? How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
And then was this weird?
Yes.
It
This
is kind of weird.
This is weird.
He's yawning.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
we
sorry.
can stop.
I'm
with
sorry.
puppets.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was just.
all right.
I'm sorry. I was just
No.
asking you, like, how you're doing. Like, literally, how are you doing? I
well,
mean, how long do you want to keep doing
Like how?
this?
Well, what do you think?
Well, what do you think?
I want to know what you think.
Well, I asked you first.
And I rebutted.
Oh, don't lawyer at me. I asked you first. I mean, this is your garage. These are your boxes.
These are our boxes. These are Panndora boxes.
Well, this is your hat.
Oh, that's not my hat. I've never seen that hat before.
Well, it's a Panndora hat.
Oh, it's one of many Panndora hats. One of the many Panndora hats we've worn. Many hats, many plays, many boxes.
Oh, this really does explode the myth, doesn't it? Like the idea of Pandora's box. Like what happens if there's a whole bunch of Pandora's boxes? Like a garage full of Pandora's boxes. And then what happens if they all open all at the same time? What happens then? Oh, no, that's apocalyptic.
Karen, I'm tired.
Hey, this post clean out before wine was not my idea.
No, I mean, I'm tired. I don't have infinite time.
Sonja?
I mean, how many good summers do I have left?
I know what you mean. I know what you meant. I know you.
You know, this is our 19th year of Panndora.
Yeah.
And our 16th year of Pandora's Box. And that's a whole lot of production time, admin time, and time that I don't have to hang out with my husband and play with my grandkids. And
I'm not ready yet.
what?
I'm terrified of my life outside of Panndora.
Karen, you have a great life outside of Panndora. You've got your own business. You've got Good John, you know.
Yeah, but what if my theater life is fucking over? I mean, I've been able to do everything in this company. I was an opera singer and a nurse and Charles Manson's mom, Athena, an incarcerated professor. Oh, and then I got to be a stage manager and a board ops and a director and a producer and a protege in a 2-woman's play. So what's next? What if I audition and I never get cast? What if I'm not as good as Panndora has made me think that I am?
Karen, Panndora is you. We made Panndora, not the other way around.
Can't imagine giving it up.
Well, maybe we don't have to. We don't have to think of it that way. You know, so many theater companies have to close because the artistic directors fight.
Or get fired.
Or the subscriber base leaves.
Or they lose their audience.
Or they lose their space.
Or they lose their minds.
Well, thank goodness for us, that happened a long time ago.
So then, this would be us ending it on our terms.
We write the narrative. We're theater makers. We're good at narrative.
Yeah. What are we going to do with ourselves?
We like our husbands.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're the good ones, but what about everyone else? Oh,
Karen, we're not going to be dead yet.
but for so many people, this company is everything to them.
I know.
What will you do?
I'll do what I always do, what I love doing. Nurturing.
What does that look like to you? Be specific.
I'll be an enzyme for synergy and creativity. I don't exactly know what an enzyme is, but I know it's a substance that acts as a kind of catalyst in an organism. And I picture it as kind of a glow-in-the-dark, radioactive, gooey, neon, beautiful blob that just gloms onto things and sticks to them and holds them together until they create their own big, new, weird, gorgeous, creative messes. That's me. I like putting people together and I'm good at it, and this will give me more time to do that and to glob onto my family like an enzyme. Your turn.
Oh, okay. I'm supposed to follow radioactive blob of creativity.
Yep. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Be specific.
I feel like I'm still in the selfish phase of my artistic life.
Well, what's that look like? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I mean, I want to spend more time in a garden, in my dog's face, in my husband's arms.
That sounds nice.
Okay, fuck it. I want to do a show on Broadway.
Okay, here we go.
But what I mean is, what I want to do is, I just want to keep doing this. I want to keep acting and reading new plays and auditioning and directing and playwriting and collaborating and producing and traveling. And I want to keep my jobs. I mean, accounting and organizing, I love numbers, right? I just love the objectivity of all of that. But the theater, yeah, I don't think I'll ever be too far away from the theater. I mean, it's life affirming, you know? And I just love being a part of the creative energy of the
blob.
The blob.
The blob.
The
Yeah.
radioactive, synergistic, ephemeral, neon paint covered blob that is live theater.
Live theater, yes. Aw.
How do you feel about 20?
It's an even number. It's a round number. It's a good number. Are you saying?
20 years, 20 seasons.
I like it. 20 years of Panndora.
I'm gonna miss this house.
I'm going to miss you.
Well, what are we gonna do with these little cat puppets?
Well, maybe we can find something to do with them in our last show.
They're so cute.
I don't know. They are so cute.
Look how alive they are.
Yeah. We
Kinda
maybe
cool.
maybe we can leave Pandora's box open just a crack. You know?
I will tell you what I won't miss.
What?
Scrubbing toilets before, during, and after every show.
Yeah, I can hear you there.
So that's it. That brings us to here, to now, to you.
You know, they say the play's the thing.
But really, it's the people.
The people are the thing. You all are the thing that make it work, that make it worthwhile.
And your cats, of course.
Oh yeah, the cats. You know, there has not been a single Panndora production or Pandora's Box that didn't involve the kitties. They're part of it too. They've been space cats and temple cats, and we just cast them as whatever we need them to be for the play.
Us?
Us.
They're the Panndora theater house cats, whether they like it or not.
They like us. They really like us.
Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
You know, maybe I am sad that Pandora's ending. Maybe I will miss the people and the...
Plays.
Yes. The plays. And the plays. And the...
Adieu. Adieu. Remember us.
But what about what we said?
When, Sonia? We've said a lot.
What about telling them the point? You know, this is our last Panndora show, and we said we were going to tell them the point about how important, how meaningful all of this is.
Well, maybe we don't have to tell them. Maybe they already know.
What do you think the point is?
Something like inspiration, huh? Like carving out your own creativity. Like a lot of artists coming out of a drama school or going into their first acting class are going to do something like this, like Panndora, you know?
So maybe it's a play about people living, working, making things, trying to make something worth something to someone.
Huh. So does that mean that this is the end of everything?
This is not one of your apocalypse stories, Karen.
I know. I meant, is this important, interesting enough ending for you, for your final Panndora play, for our closing?
I don't know. No, I do know.
Ah, said like a true director.
I think this is a good ending. I think this is a good point because I think the things, I mean, certainly the things that I'm interested in a bigger way are, you know, this, what's meaningful, what comes from running a theater company for 20 years, what comes from stories, from collecting stories.
End of play.
Our director, Pam Paulson.
Oh, what? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to swap them. I'm going to give you a Karen one and I'm going to give you something.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I just need a tiara.
Anybody got a crown? Yeah, there's a crown.
I do.
Good point.
I have a crown.
Oh, where's the cockaloonie guy?
Okay.
Yeah, we got this guy. Da-da-da-da.
What do you say? Shall we begin? Do you really think we should start again? Can we go on? Maybe once more. What to do, where to go, what to say, then they show us the door. Stories, everybody loves stories. They say they want stories. Let's collect some today. Stories, tears and laughter on stages, and life leaping from pages, 20 years and a day. Where should I sit? I'm not sure about that. I can't tell if that thing is a cushion or fluffy orange cat. Let's ask Pandora, mischievous Pandora, where on earth she has been. Light, step into the light, tits up into the night, till the end of the sea. Let's open that box, see what comes out. It sure seems like it's more than whatever went in. For example, where the heck did she pick up that seemingly extraneous double N? Let's ask Pandora, mysterious Pandora, what on earth does she know? Light, step into the light, tits up into the night, till the end of the show. What do you say? Shall we begin? Do you really think we should start again? Can we go on? Maybe once more. What to do, where to go, what to say, then they show us the door. Stories, everybody loves stories. Say they want stories, let's collect some today. Stories, tears and laughter on stages, and life leaping from pages, 20 years and a day. Thank you.
So we call this our final play. The last show, the closing one, the big bang, the final. And for the big bang, for the closing show, for the final.
Will you stop saying final?
That's the whole point of what this was supposed to be. But you know what? It's more than that. It's not a play. It's not just a production. It's an experience. We don't know how to describe it. The experience that people have had when they've come here and have gone through this show with us is so heartwarming and so beautiful and so lovely that it's the perfect capstone to Panndora. But I also feel like it's the germ, the yeast, the start, the little whatever beginning of something new that will spread. That's sort of a story to people to be inspired, to follow their dreams, to take those risks, take those chances, and just go for it.
It was freeing, and I started to like the character that I was playing. And then, once I was memorized, then it was like, I need to do justice to my character. And my character is named Karen, and she's this person. And I need to show her in an honest, truthful light. And there's no one I know better. Like, as far as doing backstory on characters, I know this one really well. And then I really started to love her. Like, I was like, man, she's fucked up and flawed, and she's been through all this shit. And yet, she's funny and smart and tall and vivacious and motivated and kind, and yeah, I really started to love my character. And then that was the aha moment for me. that was the surprise. That was the, oh man, I love this play and I love this chick and this is my favorite character I've ever played.
They took their chance to say goodbye in the way that they would want to say goodbye and what their next chapter is, and that is something very special.
Yeah. Also, it was really nice to be a part of a group, an entity that created so much in past 2 decades to really like closing the chapter on their own term and then be a witness to it was a very unique and a very heartfelt experience.
Really, it started in Kieran Hensel's acting class.
I should have been met with you.
And yeah, you should have.
How did you like the show?
What's up?
It was too fucking good for words, but that you can't use. It was beautiful. You'll never get away from me. You can climb the tallest tree. I'll be there somehow.
We've been part of Panndora since the beginning. We were in the audience for Collected Stories because she was in the class with the girls and David. And we haven't stopped. There hasn't been a Panndora show that we haven't helped somehow. And every time it has been a privilege. Privilege, a blessing, and a creative endeavor that we have both been very proud of. We met doing theater, we met co-starring in plays together, and we were able to continue that as we got married and moved into the Panndora fold. This journey has been something that we've been able to do just like now, side by side. Grateful isn't a big enough word.
And the second I walked in this house and saw the backyard and just all it was so clear that a play needed to happen in this space, and it's so extra special for me to see a full production actually happen in this house, because it's so the heart of if any physical embodiment of Panndora exists, it's this house. But yeah, to have the cats participate in the show, in the rehearsal process was so fun, and then to see them actually get to participate in their own way as puppets in the final show about Panndora. There would be no Panndora without the cats in this house, so it had to happen. I'm so happy it did.
And my friend Belinda tonight told me, this is so important, you need to take it further. This needs to go beyond. This is an inspiration. It needs to be shared with people. She called it yeast, which I thought was interesting. But she said it's like the starter. This is the starter that is going to get other people going. And that totally warms my heart, gives me great joy, and I hope that that's what happens.